Hello, friends, how are you? I hope you're all healthy, hale, and hearty, right? So, how are we going to throw a light on the evolution of consciousness today? देखिए, एक होता है हम बदलते हैं, it's an automatic process, right? We change because you must have seen the change in your own self from child to adolescent to young age, and then adult, and then entering into that phase of life which is thought provoking and which is introspective, right? So that एक तो हम बदलते हैं, दूसरा हम बदल सकते हैं, और तीसरा हम बदलने की इच्छा हर रोज रखते हैं. सो वी आर एट द थर्ड स्टेज. We desire to evolve every day. That is evolution of consciousness. That is what is our main focus on. Therefore, I show you different colors every day of how the evolutionary impulse changes every day. So I have a book here, right? Humanimal. Not human animal, but humanimal, right? Adam Rutherford has written this book. Now, when I look at this book, how does my brain work? Adam, we already know. So the mind gets connected to Adam and Eve. Thank you so much to the God, first of all, for creating Adam and Eve. If, as per the history, if Adam and Eve were not there, we wouldn't have been on the earth also. And thanks to that snake also, which made poison eat to Eve, because which made apple eat to Eve, so that they were thrown on the earth, and that is how we are descendants on the earth. Well, that's a history. But here also, we are also reading about the evolution of consciousness. Well, what it says in the beginning, I'll read it out to you, and let's look at the evolution of human being from the perspective of Adam Rutherford. So what does it say on the first page? What a piece of work is a man! What a piece of work is a man! Marvel Hamlet in awe at our specialness. How noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, in form, in moving, how express and admirable, in action, how like an angel, in apprehension, how like a god, the beauty of the world, the paragon of animal, right? And how does the book end? How does the book end? It's very, very interesting. Book says, sign your name below and work backward. You are what? You are Homo sapiens. You are a great ape. You are simian. You are a primate. You are a mammal. You have a backbone. You are an animal. We are the paragons of animals, right? Now, let's go to the page number 10 and 11. What does it say on page 10? This is a book about the paradox of how we became us. This is a book of paradox of how we became us. It is an exploration of an evolution that bestowed enormous powers of intellect on an otherwise average ape to create tools, art, music, science, and engineering. Through old bones and nowadays genetics, we know about the mechanics of our evolutionary journey through the eons, through the eons, though there is so much still to discover, but we know far less about the development of our behavior, of our minds, and of the way that we uniquely evolved into the cultural and social beings that we are today. So, how we have arrived up to here? When we keep looking at our own evolution every day, and when we keep making our ceaseless efforts to evolve every day in whichever part of the world we are sitting, then we are contributing to the evolution of consciousness. That is how the mind becomes more and more civilized. That is how the mind becomes more and more sober. That is how the mind becomes more and more intellectual, and that is how you gain wisdom, because we are focusing on gaining that which is hidden within ourselves. Although the whole knowledge is hidden within ourselves, the history is also hidden within ourselves, because this is one way, you know, this is one way, this is the perspective of the author. And when we meditate, we get to know who we are, because when you meditate here between the two eyebrows, the bindu, when you meditate on the bindu, you keep diving deep into your own cave, and there you meet with your own intelligence, there you meet with your own history, and there you meet with your own evolution. Because you will see, when you meditate here, you will see that vibrations, when you're entirely focusing on this, focus whole energy of your self in the middle of the eyebrows, look inward, and you will find that there's a little pressure comes up here, and then that pressure keeps dissolving in the form of little particles. It will move from here to here, it will move from here to here, it will move like this, it will move like this, it will move like this, and it will move like this. And in that movement you will get to know, oh, these are small particles which are actually responsible for making us and bringing us up to that level, right? So you get to know how you are made, how you are condensed, and how the energy moves inside to tell you what has been described here, your own evolution. You get to know that, right? But from Darwin's point of view, from other points of view, from different perspective, people have spent their time, millions of years on focusing on how we have become us. So how we have become us, and how we can become more, and how we can every day evolve, is the whole story. So कहते हैं that फिर तेरी कहानी याद आई, फिर तेरा फसाना याद आया, फिर आज हमारी आंखों को वो सीन पुराना याद आया। वो पुराना सीन, जबकि किताब कहती है हु वर यू अर्लियर, और आज आप कहाँ तक पहुँचे, आप आंखें बंद करके देखें तो आप सब अंदर से देख सकते हैं। इसलिए वट एवर यू वॉन्ट you can see today, but I'm going to dive into this book, and then not only that, I am going to take first this calorie less drink, Nectar of Life, to hydrate myself. I'll energize myself, I'll get into other activities of movement also, and at the end of the day I'll again conclude what new have I learned from here. Because Adam is okay, but Rutherford is a place in New Jersey. Rutherford is a place in New Jersey where I lived for some time also. So how am I connected with Adam Rutherford? Besides the book is the working of my brain. So your brain is the software platform from where emerges a lot of information, processed and then given back to the universe, because we are the making of the universe and the creation of the universe. So we remain thankful to God, universal intelligence, which has brought us here up to this level, and let's continue with the journey. Thank you so much. God bless you. Stay tuned, happy, healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow.